Today, we want to talk about an important event that's happening this week, the International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade, March 25th. The transatlantic slave trade was a horrific period in history that saw millions of Africans forcibly removed from their homes and brought to the Americas as slaves. This brutal practice lasted for over 400 years and had a profound impact on the lives and cultures of both Africans and African Americans that still reverberates across generations. The International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade was established by the United Nations in 2007 to honor the millions of victims of slavery and to raise awareness about the ongoing legacies of this practice. This day is an opportunity for people around the world to come together and remember the victims of slavery, to pay tribute to their resilience, and to acknowledge the contributions of people of African descent to the cultural, economic, and political development of the Americas. The racist legacy of slavery continues to this day, in the form of harmful prejudices and beliefs that impact people of African descent across the world. We see it in the ongoing struggles for racial justice and equality, in the protests against police brutality, and in the fight against hate speech and discrimination. That's why this year's theme for the International Day of Remembrance is so important. It's all about fighting slavery's legacy of racism through transformative education. We need to help people see the world through an ethical lens, challenge their assumptions, and learn from the past in order to build a more just and inclusive future. As women, it's especially important for us to remember the impact of slavery on women's lives. Women were often subjected to sexual violence and exploitation, forced to bear children for their slave owners, and denied basic rights and freedoms. Despite these unimaginable hardships, women of African descent have been at the forefront of the fight for freedom, justice, and equality. To commemorate the day, the United Nations General Assembly will hold a meeting on March 27th, featuring speakers like the Secretary General, the President of the General Assembly, and Brazilian philosopher and journalist Jamila Ribeiro. There's also an exhibition called Slavery: 10 True Stories on display at the UN headquarters, which presents personal stories of people who were enslaved, those who profited from it, and those who fought against it. So, what can we do to honor the victims of slavery and to promote justice and equality in our own lives? One way is to educate ourselves and others about the history and legacy of slavery, and to acknowledge the contributions of people of African descent to our shared cultural heritage. We can also support organizations that work to promote racial justice, and we can work to foster a culture of respect and understanding in our own communities. On this International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade, let's come together as women and as allies to honor the victims of slavery, to learn from their struggles, and to work towards a more just and equitable world for all. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and subscribe to the channel for more secrets on empowering women, uplifting affirmations, meditations, and more. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget, you are the queen of your own life, so make it amazing.